was apparently unaffected by the close atmosphere inside the tracking station. Tall, with close-cropped grey hair, a firm jawline, small, shrewd black eyes, and a large, unlit cigar clamped firmly between his teeth, he easily dominated the other two men. The voice of Wigner, head of International Space Control, came over the loudspeaker system. "We're now handing Zeus 4 to Polar Base. Will you take control, please?" Cutler glanced towards the left-hand console and received a nod from the monitoring technician. He pulled the desk microphone towards him. "Yeah, we have Zeus 4. Thank you, Geneva." The engineer Dyson clicked open his desk mic. "Snowcap to Zeus 4, over to local control channel J for Jack." On the big screen facing them, one of the two men in the space capsule turned his head slightly and raised his thumb. His voice came over the loudspeakers. "Over to J for Jack, now." General Cutler leaned back and removed his cigar for a moment. He smiled. "Good morning, gentlemen. You lucky fellas. Having a good time up there?" The second astronaut, Schultz, turned his head towards the camera. "Why don't you come up and join us, General?" Cutler gestured with his cigar. "And miss my skiing?" There was a ripple of laughter among the technicians facing Cutler. The General liked his little jokes to be appreciated. The two astronauts in the capsule grinned at the camera. Cutler nodded, as if acknowledging the laughter, and stuck the cigar back between his teeth. "Okay, Barclay," he said. "They're all yours." Dr. Barclay turned to Dyson. "Give Texas tracking the next orbital pattern." Dyson nodded and started to operate his desk transmitter. "Will do." Barclay glanced up at the screen. "Snowcap to Zeus 4. Zeus 4, how do you read me?" Again the voice of the astronaut Schultz, sounding unnaturally high-pitched and squeaky in the weightless atmosphere, came over the loudspeaker. "Loud and clear, Snowcap, loud and clear. Hey, we have a great view of your weather. How is it your end?" "Really want to know?" Barclay grinned. "There's an ice blizzard and a force 16 wind. Repeat your velocity for ground check, please." The two astronauts were reclining in the narrow capsule. Immediately above their heads, a complex row of instruments clicked out a stream of necessary data and information as the capsule hurtled round the Earth towards its re-entry window. Through the two round side ports, the long shaft of sunlight constantly changed position as the spacecraft sped around the globe. Major Schultz, a round-faced, cheerful-looking German-American of about 40, and the older of the two men, turned to his partner. "Skiing," he says. Williams, a tall, handsome American Negro of about 30, nodded briefly before clicking on the communications microphone again. "Williams, cosmic ray measurements are now complete. Are you ready to receive data?" The voice of Dr. Barclay came through on the console above Williams's head. "Yes, go ahead." Williams glanced over to the computer readout controls set slightly to the right of the capsule panel and started to relay measurements. Schultz eased back in his seat and stretched his legs slightly in one of the approved isometric astronaut's exercises. It had been a good, if uneventful, flight. In another couple of hours, the capsule would be sitting in the blue waters of the Pacific, waiting to be winched aboard the aircraft carrier. And after that, the pleasures of hot food, a bath, and a real bed. A pleasant, run-of-the-mill mission. For a moment, the veteran astronaut thought back to the tougher flights of the past, when spaceflight still entailed unpredictable hazards. The good old days. Perhaps it was all becoming a little too easy. Inside the TARDIS, Ben, the Cockney sailor, was having similar thoughts. The last 3 landings had been uneventful, even dull. No danger, no excitement, merely a landing on some uninhabited planet, lengthy rambles with the doctor to collect specimens of plants and rocks, and then off again. Worse still, the doctor seemed to be aging rapidly.